Obedience is often imagined as dramatic. We picture bold decisions, defining moments, and visible acts of courage. We expect obedience to feel purposeful and clear, marked by certainty and direction. Yet much of obedience looks ordinary. It appears in daily choices, in repeated responsibilities, in faithfulness that feels routine rather than remarkable. Throughout the pages of the Bible, obedience is often practiced quietly. It unfolds not in moments of recognition, but in steady commitment when little seems to change. This is a reflection on one of those seasons, a time when obedience felt ordinary, yet meaning continued to take shape. There was a man entrusted with responsibility long before he understood its purpose. His days followed a familiar pattern. Tasks were repeated, progress felt slow. The significance of his actions was not immediately apparent. He showed up consistently. He fulfilled his duties without knowing how they would be used. Each day looked much like the one before it. There were no crowds watching, no immediate outcomes to point to, just quiet obedience practiced through routine. The story does not describe excitement or urgency. It describes steadiness, presence, a willingness to remain faithful when results were not visible. Obedience was not confirmed by success. It was shaped through consistency. Ordinary obedience tests patience in subtle ways. When actions feel meaningful, motivation follows naturally. When outcomes are clear, obedience feels justified. But when effort seems unnoticed, commitment must be sustained without reinforcement. Scripture often presents obedience not as a single decisive act, but as a pattern of small, faithful choices made over time. These ordinary moments form character quietly. They ground faith. They teach perseverance without relying on immediate reward. Obedience practiced in routine is rarely celebrated, yet it shapes resilience deeply. Many people recognize this experience. Daily responsibilities carried without recognition. Work done faithfully without visible progress. Choices repeated without assurance that they matter. These seasons can make obedience feel unimportant. They can raise questions about purpose and direction. This story offers a gentle reminder. Obedience does not need to feel extraordinary to be meaningful. Faithfulness in ordinary moments still carries weight. For many, the deepest growth happens not in dramatic decisions, but in consistent presence through routine days. When obedience feels ordinary, it can be tempting to question its value. Yet this reflection invites patience. It suggests that meaning often forms quietly, through steady commitment rather than visible achievement. If you find yourself practicing obedience in routine, unseen ways, this story offers gentle reassurance. Ordinary obedience still matters. Consistency still shapes character. Faithfulness does not lose its meaning because it feels routine. And in time, the story continues,